So, what do you do? Because I kind of am running a suburban, small-scale farm, and along with help of my boyfriend. And so here's just a little sampling. So first off, I have a shiitake plugged mushroom. A log that we've plugged with shiitake plugs, and so I water it on a daily basis with my filtered water. And so after I water that, and I water it 3 times a day, ideally, I will refill for with new water. And then I do my laundry. I wash it and then I hang it up to dry. I'll do my transplants, like I just recently transplanted some slug-attacked watermelon, and this is next to some squash. And then I will tend to our ducks, and no actual schedule, so I don't know if you can see them over there, but what I do is I harvest some greens for them, and I will do other things like harvest. Today, what I did was I harvested some of our vegetables, or some of our herbs. And, I mean, the interesting thing about growing your own food is sometimes it's almost a hassle keeping up with them once they've established themselves. So I harvested one of our basils. We have 3 different kinds. I harvested some chard, and so we have a Genovese basil, sweet basil, and a licorice basil. So that's what I harvested there. I also harvested some stuff for the ducks, so some oregano, and I'll be harvesting some wormwood. So I'll take you with me to do that. I've been having a problem with ants, and they've been getting into my worm bin, and I'm cultivating worms. And I've noticed that the ants kind of attack the worms. So I've read that a lot of things don't like wormwood. Apparently it repels bugs as well as worms and animals. So I'm going to cut some of this wormwood, and I'm going to give some to my ducks because there's a lot of aphids on the wormwood, and ducks like aphids, or ducks like bugs. So I'm going to cut some for my ducks and cut some for my worm bin, and we'll place it in and around the worm bin in hopes of repelling the ants. So here is what I've collected for the ducks, and other things I will do, when I'm out here, is I will harvest some chamomile blossoms. I'll prune dying leaves, or I'll water as I see fit. And I'll collect herbs from this area either for the house or to feed the ducks, and I will refill the bird bath. And we have some container gardens. So I also will water our harvest from these. We've got tomatoes, a lot of tomatoes. So that's what I will be doing in the front. We also have your standard garbage stuff going on. So I'll be taking out the trash and recycling today. So here I've given the wormwood to the ducks, and I'm going to collect some aphid-free wormwood from the front, as I just don't want to infect stuff here in the back with aphids. And that's what the interesting thing about wormwood. It's an insectary, which means that it attracts aphids, which then will attract ladybugs, and it certainly has. So just it's not the most pleasant, way of attracting ladybugs, and other bugs, but it works so far. As I was saying, how wormwood is a attractor of ladybugs. Here's a really fresh ladybug. They're all really shiny. So I would assume that they kind of just hatched, and this is pretty much the standard state of things in the summertime. Is we will have a lot of ladybug larvae around, so that kind of makes it kind of a good thing to have the wormwood. So true to its name, the wormwood is pretty infested with aphids, and I don't want to introduce more aphids to the ants because ants cultivate aphids, and that's just not what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to see if the mugwort, which is not so attractive to aphids, here's the mugwort, and I'm going to get some of that and see if I can use that as an ant repellent. So I've harvested some of the mugwort, and I've cut off most of the aphids off of the next batch of wormwood I have, and hopefully this will make some impact. And right now I'm just looking around and seeing if there's anything else I could see that would be an effective kind of ant repellent that we have, and nothing comes to mind right now. So I'm going to go and apply this to the worm bin. And one of the concerns I have is that I've noticed ants attacking worms, like hurting. I just see the worm squirming in pain. So I really want to alleviate any suffering of my worms. So that's just another incentive for me to do this. So here we go. Here's my main worm bin, and I've noticed that the worms have flourished with the kind of remains, the dusty remains of the duck feed. And while I've seen ants go for it too, I've also seen my worms really like it. And unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, but I kind of disrupted the ant I hope it wasn't like a colony, but there were a lot of ants here. And so anyways, I just want to repel them so my worms can grow and flourish in peace. So now I'll be applying the wormwood. I've chopped up some wormwood and mixed it in with the feed, and now I'm going to pour some water in to kind of just mix and dilute the feed. And while this is a lot of water, I'm trying to just get the ants out of there. So hopefully this will make some sort of impact. Here's where another patch of ants are. I don't know if you can see, but they're also carrying little, I don't know if it's little bits of feed or if it's their eggs, but it just leads me to feel this is a lot more ants. Harder to see with this camera, but it's a lot more ants than typically is in my worm bin. So anyways, I'm going to apply some more of my wormwood, and I'm just hoping that my wormwood is considered like an antiparasitic, and I'm hoping that these worms are a different type of worm, and that it won't kind of harm them. But I just want to kind of make this repellent to ants. So we'll see. I'm gonna do some more chopping of wormwood. So here's